Hey guys, today any trifle on the subject of self-confidence. And based on a story of mine. Quasi a turning point and my first step in the right direction at that time. What do I expect from it? Many of you are already further than I am. I am aware of that. Others are still looking for their way. But I think the principle on which all this was based at that time can help you all in a certain way. I use it in small doses nowadays whenever I get into situations that I can't control and where I don't feel like I have complete control over it. For that, you have to know that I used to try to cover up my insecurities with humor in school. But more in a class clown way than the good way. Written in subjects that interested me, never bad, oral. 6. Because I did not dare to do anything. Friends, always only one really good one and otherwise only acquaintances. So I had no social environment, sat in front of the PC a lot and cut myself off from the world because I didn't feel comfortable in it. Why? Yeah, sure, self-confidence in the ass. Always changed back and forth between fatso and rag, depending on how the growth spurts came. Multiple schools and always a new environment. Kids can suck, but even then I see the blame more on me and how I gave myself to the outside world. Of course, it was all much more unthinking. What came out of all this was a deeply insecure 11th grader who had no idea what he wanted to do with his life, wasn't socially trained at all, got backouts when he had to speak in front of groups, and couldn't approach others or make a good impression at all. As a result, every time he had a social interaction, his self-confidence continued to drop. After all, there was no positive association with it but rather negative results. And so the negative spiral went down and down. I was lucky that my instructor at the time wanted to give me a chance because, according to her, I reminded her a little of her. Maybe it was just a figure of speech, but it motivated me a little at the time. It went so far that I was thrown into a cohort of trainees and students with 120 others, and we spent the first 2 weeks doing team-building activities in Switzerland, where we were supposed to get to know each other, give presentations and strengthen our cohesion. In plain English, that was hell for me. So I had two options. Continue as before, remain the shy boy from school who had no opinion of his own and just wanted his peace, or change it. Honestly, I didn't believe in it at that moment and was just so scared that it would go wrong and I would get my stamp again. Now to the point I want to make. The saying that goes with it is, fake it till you make it. Or fake it till you become it. The basis of it is that you set a goal of how you want to be and then act like you've already gotten there. As if you were that person. It's not about pretending to others or pretending to be better than you are or feel. It is about appearing to the world the way you want to be perceived. Without lying, without hoping to gain advantages over others. It is not about material things or what you can get from them, it is only about your mindset. In my case, I decided to go out of my comfort zone and to approach my fellow students on certain occasions, to have conversations, to reveal more about myself and to be interested in them. So overall for me at that moment, a huge step. Don't start here from the point you are at. It's not going to be 1:1 the same. You are the most important person here, I am just the example to explain the meaning here. It was relatively easy for me, because it was a completely new environment and I used to mess up contacts after a short time. So I went in there the way I wanted to be seen. At first, without really believing it, it was a test. Nothing more. But the more I approached people, the more I was accepted for the first time, enjoyed working with others and received confirmation. Sure, I still couldn't give a complete talk without faltering, but that would have been a miracle. The little things counted. The external effect that I radiated and what was happening inside me as a result. What seemed impossible to me the whole time, became normality after a short time. One scene in particular stuck in my mind, when my current best friend and I sat together as a group of 2 and had to rate ourselves and then each other on a scale. In terms of introverted, extroverted from 1 to 10. I gave myself a 3 because of course I still felt that way inside. You can imagine my stupid look when I got the sheet back from her and she had given me an 8. So the inside and outside effect absolutely don't have to coincide. It only depends on how you present yourself to others. That was the first 2 weeks of the training, and after the 3 years with this environment, before which I had given myself so from the beginning, with ups and downs, the 8 seemed normal to me. I had adapted internally. And how did that happen? Because I was permanently better off with this whole style, which I didn't believe in myself at the beginning and which seemed unattainable to me, than with my old, introverted one. Nobody had anything from this way. Neither others, nor myself. One simply could not do anything with me. It was a small decision I had made and a goal I had set for myself that had given my life a 180 degrees turn. I have been building on this for 10 years and continue to develop. I could not have built on the way I was before. It would only have gotten worse and worse, because my self-worth would have sunk further and further. Life has more to offer and the social aspect is only part of it. For example, don't apply fake it till you make it to things like training. If you don't have a basis there, you will only hurt yourself or get worse results. But as far as your self-worth is concerned, value yourself more and act accordingly. Because you usually get back what you are willing to give. Quasi the law of attraction. And that is among other things the reason why you can't get out of such situations like a breakup for months. You constantly act negatively for yourselves and push yourselves further and further into it. You should not play that you are doing well, but let's take as an example that you could go to an event that would have been a lot of fun for you in the past. If you don't go now, you're crying on the couch in an embryonic position and stalking the ex on social media. Negative. But if you did go, there would be a chance that you could actually have fun. Create opportunities for yourselves to get out there and feel like you can build on that again. You have to build yourself back up, and it usually only takes one step out of your comfort zone. Do that. It never hurts you to expand your comfort zone. Maybe I was a bit confused, but I hope you could get some information that might give you a little push in the right direction. Take care, and until the next video.